Fighting at PFL Europe 3 on September 30th. Today joining me is the Nuke, Dylan Tuke. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very good. Thank you for having me.
Man, I appreciate it. That's not a big deal at all. So congratulations on the win over Connor Hughes. This was a really good one. How did it feel getting in there and getting the win?
Yeah, it was good to, I suppose, showcase my skills again on a big show. Remind everyone of who I am and what the Nuke is all about. And I suppose it was extremely dominant. I don't really feel like I got out of first gear, so it'll be cool to kind of show everyone what I'm like getting out of first gear now in this next matchup in Paris.
Well, the one over Connor, it must have been extra sweet after all the trash talk that was, going on in between you guys. How did it make it that much better when you got the W?
I think what was more better, I think what made it better for me was how confident he was going into it, and like that he thought it was just like, I was very insulted by it, to be honest. I was like, you don't know what you're in for. And then I think that's why I said it to him in the tour. I've been like, I've been telling you this and you wouldn't listen. Nobody had listened. Well, fucking who's listening now? Like, you know what I mean?
I absolutely love it, man. All right, so upcoming, this is going to be live from Paris. You're going to be facing the unbeaten Polish fighter Jakub Kaszuba. What opportunities do you see in this bout? Because this is a different one. This is a different style. It's a different fighter. It's a big one.
I don't know. I think Connor's probably a harder fight on paper. I think Jakub is a grappler, just a pure grappler who's never been challenged, never been tested. Hasn't fought any elite opposition in his life, even in his last fight. Yeah, man, Maxim Radu, whatever his name was, had only had one fight in the last 5 years, and he's a nobody. Like, so I think it's a big jump up for him. For me, it's not. We've faced wrestlers before, and he's just gonna come out and try to take me down, hold me. So cool. I don't know. It does. I don't know. I couldn't imagine that he thinks he's a better grappler than me, but I suppose he has to sit and think to himself something good. Like, but I don't know. Good luck with that.
Man, it's absolutely awesome. I'm pumped for the fight. You're looking to give him his first loss. What is your official prediction for the end of this match? Are we looking at a knockout, submission? What do you think?
I think I'll get him out halfway through the second round.
Halfway through the second round.
Halfway through the second round. I snapped me finishing streak. I think I've only ever went to decision once as an amateur. So that was my first time going to decision with Connor. So I didn't like it, especially because I got robbed in the first round by the judges. So anything can happen, but yeah, so I'd like to restart a finishing streak.
Man, if you get it done halfway through the second round, I'm going to put up an Instagram reel and a TikTok of you talking over it, being like, I told you, it's going to be halfway through the second round, man. We're going to get it, eh?
I predicted a couple of finishes of my career, like, so I'm not saying I'm predicting it or anything, but like, I just feel like the way everything will work out, I'll be able to get him out there halfway through the second. He's going to be tough and strong.
Oh yeah, he's a good fighter, like you said, and that's what makes the win
so I never said he was a good fighter. I never said he was a good fighter. I said he's tough and strong. He's not good. He's levels beneath me. I will show this. Like,
man, we are looking forward to it. And then with a win, you're going to be fighting for a title match in Dublin coming up this December. How sweet! Like, looking back on your career, how sweet does it sound fighting for a title match in Dublin?
It's beautiful. To win my first world title and my first legitimate title in Dublin will be a beautiful thing. It's 5 minutes around the corner. It's the arena from my flats where I've grown up my whole life. My stomping ground, some would say. So it's almost like destiny. I don't like to really believe in any of that stuff, but it's kind of got me into a bit believing of it. Like, but yeah, it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be beautiful. That's why I don't know. I've fought in the trade arena before. I've never topped the bill. I will 110% be topping the bill this time. I heard Dan Hardy talking some shit the other day. I love Dan Hardy, don't get me wrong, but he talks some muck sometimes, like, you know what I mean? Saying that he doesn't know at the top of the bill and all this and the other. I am the top of the bill. I am the top of the bill. I am on that card. That's my arena. That's my show. That's everything about it. Who else are you going to put there? Like, you know what I mean? If John Mitchell gets there and he's in the other semi-final, and if he's in the final, it's a complete sellout, obviously. But even if it's not, and it's just me, I'll sell it out, and I'll be. I don't know. I just think it'd be an opportunity missed if I wasn't on the top of the bill. Who the fuck else are you gonna put on it, Dakota? You know what I mean? Yeah, you put an English person in the middle of that. See how that goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, and to be fair, of course, love Dakota, love Simeon Powell, love these people, of course. But it would be a storybook.
I don't care about none of them. I'm not being bad at them. I don't. I'm not being bad at them. I just don't. They're not. Like, you know what I mean? They're not. I don't know that. But to me, like, I'm in this so long, they're little blow-ins. You know what I mean? I'm not being bad to them. I just feel like I feel 40 sometimes. Like I'm just in this sport and business so long that I'm just like, you know, they came when I was coming through me, like me, I'm in this so long, I've retired and all. Like I've retired and came back, you know what I mean? So I just nearly feel like a fucking outfit sometimes. So I'm just, I don't know, all eyes are on me, I think. I think all eyes are on me after that. I don't think they were beforehand. I think PFL were happy to see Conor go in and beat me and then carry on and then undefeated race to undefeated. I know they had that in their eyes. Even if they didn't say it, it's little things people say afterwards. Like, I went over to Dan Hardy after the fight and I said, I told you. And he goes, oh, I'm always up for the surprise. And it's him saying I'm up for the surprise. So I'm like, so you thought I was going to get beat. So I was right all along, even though you were saying that, you know what I mean? So it's these little tales and people, when you're a young fella like me that's going around flats, it doesn't take a lot to suss someone out, like, you know what I mean? It's suss me man dial since I'm a baby, like, so it's like that little, I'm so happy to prove everyone wrong and just be like, ha ha. And I don't know, I think they want me to win this time because of the Dublin thing, but I couldn't give a fuck, you know what I mean? I want them to pay me more.
Well, it's always in stuff, yeah, like you said, you got to listen to what people are saying. Like when I'm interviewing fighters, I'm always careful not to say stuff like, oh, you shocked the world. Because then they're like, oh, you didn't believe in me? What the fuck is wrong with you?
We did shock everyone. I did. Everyone thought I was going to get buzzsawed. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there fucking snapping like, what? I was like, what was one of the things that, I was 4-1 on to win or something like that, 6-1 in one of the bookies. Like, my mates made like 2.5-3 grand off me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just laughing. I was like, this is gas. You know what I mean? I was like, well, and then after everyone coming out like, oh, we knew. The amount of people who told the fuck off, being like, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? I see everything. I see everything.
Man, it's such a good storybook ending of getting everything set up with this tournament, ending it in Dublin, having you on the Dublin card and winning a world title. Do your thing, man.
Let's go ahead. Sorry, my dog's around, man.
What are the names of the dogs? I know you have two.
Roma and Moe. That Mammy's had to come back in there, so they're just going mad for it.
No, it's all good, man. No, I feel like it's a storybook ending here. But tell me a little bit more about Higher Level MMA. What are they doing different at the gym that's producing such quality fighters?
James, man. I honest to God, I know, like, I obviously do, like, everyone's wanting interviews and stuff now, but the one person and the one consistent thing in every interview is James Dillon is the man. Like, his training structure. I think one of the things I spoke about there, I think a couple of weeks ago or something, I'm not really sure, but it was, I walked in on him, like, this man is so busy, like, I'm not messing, he's so busy, like, James barely gets a half an hour to sit down and have a coffee and just relax. He has twins that were only born, he has another, like, he has, you know what I mean, he has his hands full, he's a father, a devoted husband, he's a coach, a friend, he's everything, like, and he just does it all the time, and you never hear him complain. But I come in the morning, and I come in. I'm a fuck up for being a bit late. To be fair, I'm either 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. I'm just a bit there. And I came in and I looked, and he had a sheet written out. And on one side of it, I love reading the sheets because usually it's criticism, or not criticism, but like things to fix for fighters. So he has names, and he's given bullet points, and like, you do this, this, and this, and I like reading the stuff. But I come in, it's like a whole 2 pages of like how to become better as a coach. And I'm looking over my shoulder while he's training now. Bearing in mind he's after doing 2 PTs and now he's getting his own session in, always staying on the mat. And I'm looking at this and I'm reading through them. And it's stuff that he does anyway. But it was I don't know, I think it was just the realization of me of how like how little of an ego he has, because it's like he's always trying to improve and always trying to get better for us. And he's in his 40s, he's in his 3rd generation of fighters. Like, he's already produced 3 world champions, you know what I mean? Got fighters to the highest level there. And he still wants to do it again and again and again, because he says the system is improving if it doesn't keep working. And it's like, okay, well, that makes sense. And I don't know, I take a lot from his work. When he's putting so much into me, it kind of feels unjust not to give him everything and not to be fully committed and fully concentrated. And I'm not just speaking for myself. If you ask any one of the boys, me, Sean Clancy, Mark Young, Lorenzo, Cunley, all of us, every one of us, Stevie Ray, they'll all come back with the same answer. And they'll all come back with the same answer as James hates us. You know what I mean? Like, if you're seeing at the end of the fight, I'm like fucking, I'm mental. I'm completely and utterly out there, and I'm a born dancer. Like, you know what I mean? James, I run to James, jump in his arms, and he's just the same stoic look he's had all week, because that's just him. Like, that's just business. And I don't know, I think when everything goes good from the top, it always comes down to the bottom. And I think we're just grateful to have him putting so much into us, because it's not like we have Kieran Reid. Kieran Reid is one of our assistant coaches, and we obviously have Danny Gray, who's our head black belt in the gym. Killer. Danny Boom, we call him. But James does everything himself. James doesn't really delegate much. He gives a little bit of coaching, maybe 2 or 3 classes, but he's hands on. It's very hard for him to let go, like, you know what I mean? But that's why I think it's just because he's hands on. It's a firm fist, you know what I mean? I think it reminds me of that scene from Gangs of New York. He's like, when my 5 fingers at each borough in New York, and when I close my fist, that's him, like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, that makes sense, like. So I don't know, it's very very motivating. You can't help but be kind of, I'm admirable of him, like, you know what I mean? He's like he's a god to me. Like, he's one of the few people in life I've ever respected so much. But like, our pure respect, like, I owe James my life. He gave me a second chance at this, and I'm just blessed that I got to meet him. I'm blessed that I got to come out to Scotland. I wouldn't have been able to do that if he hadn't given me the heads up of going, oh, I wanted to come over here, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, and a bloke that doesn't like too many people, I'm blessed that he has me around me. And the same with all the guys. Higher Level is just a place to be. I think everyone knows that, because we have a lot of visiting fighters coming in and out all the time, and it just, everyone, once they come in, they're like, oh, James is so good. And I'm like, yeah, you know, no way. He's so good. I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh, you don't say. Like, I just left me family and left all my friends, and I'll just spot this okay coach. You know what I mean?
Man, I got goosebumps. You talking about him doing the fist from Gangs of New York? Like, that's
that's just my way of putting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more exaggerating.
Yeah, that's great. I moved to Scotland 2 or 3 years ago, and maybe you can help me out a little bit on this one. I'm not sure how much I really get IRN BRU. Am I wrong, or what do you feel here?
It's like shite red lemonade. That's what I do say. That's what I do say. My board loves it. My board, like I don't think she's as bad now, but she used to need a bottle a day, like, so. But like, she's religious on it. She loves it. Now the funny thing is, I've been trying to fight first, right? My cousin Daniel used to love IRN BRU as a kid, so he used to get it shipped over from Scotland and stuff and be drinking it. My missus is pointing a bottle at me now. She's I'm like, but we don't see the. It's all right. Like, if I was parching in the desert, I'd probably drink it. Like, you know what I mean? But it wouldn't be me. I like Coke. Like, you know what I mean?
It's not bad. It's not great.
I don't know. I think it's a bit piss, to be honest. I don't get the whole hubbub about it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right, yeah, it's red lemonade, and they're like, what's red lemonade? I'm like, it's IRN BRU. Like, you know what I mean?
But there are a lot of good Scottish cuisines that I've found since I've moved here. What do you recommend to people when they're visiting Scotland? That's some signature Scottish stuff.
I haven't got to do much, man. I'm here 2 years, and I just lived in the gym. I'm not being. I went and done stuff. Like, Edinburgh's lovely. Glasgow's the spot for food. If one of my mates was here, he'd be able to give you a better spot. But I think just the overall like, kind of land structure and stuff like that, like how like hilly and stuff it is, and obviously how it's built, and it just has its kind of its own feel to it, you know. Definitely going into Edinburgh Castle and all. I think the people are beautiful. The people are very nice. You know what I mean? They're very welcoming. I don't know. I have no bad words to say about Scotland other than their milk is terrible, and their dairy is awful compared to Ireland. But other than that, I love Scotland. It's I don't call Ireland home anymore. It kind of upsets me a little bit, but this is my home. Like, as you can see, one of the little fuckers is jumping up. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's such a cutie. My gosh.
Wait, you loving the camera this week, aren't you?
All right, let's round you out a little bit more as a person. Tell me about some favorite video games in your life, or what you're playing right now.
I like Call of Duty, so it's just like quick scoping. I'm just mad into quick scoping.
Man, what is the quintessential Call of Duty game? I was a World at War guy. Modern Warfare was pretty cool. What is your mains that you
I'm strictly Modern Warfare.
gotcha?
Like I only play it, like I'm a little bit autistic to that one. I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna keep playing this one. Like, you know what I mean? Me mate does try and get me to put on like the new ones and all. Like, oh no, it's effort of trying to, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck it, just put in the other one. Like,
It was perfect in 2008. Stop trying to change the formula. The games haven't gotten better, man.
oh no, they've gotten worse. So I remember sweating on the lobbies with all my mates when I was a kid. Like some of the best times ever. Modern Warfare 1, especially like Modern Warfare 4, was it as well? They're so good. Like.
No, I don't know if there was a better time than staying up till 2 a.m. before school, just playing video games with your friends. Like that, like you said, that was some of the best times of my life too.
Oh, some of the best times. Things that kids take for granted now, like, you know. But we never went into school. It was just like, I'll just stay off. Till me nanny got a hold of me and then I was whipped into shape.
Man, it's absolutely awesome. So what about music? What's on a playlist for you right now?
Oh, I mean, so my board mates hate me coming up to fights. Like, oh, they hate me with music coming up. I'm at lightweight and all. I'm fresh on that neck here, because the weight is easy. Look, come on, you have to come out from going for like a fucking big steak there, like. But when music, I will listen to the same song over and over and over and over again for 6 weeks. The same songs over, because they hit me in a certain way. They get the hairs on me. On my arms standing up and stuff when they, like, I don't know, it's just, and she hates it because she'll hear the same song for a whole, and obviously I'm going from camp to camp to camp, so the same song's been going for about 6-7 weeks now, like, you know what I'm saying? So she'll have a little bit of freak out, but it's kind of, I listen to anything, but it's like rock at the moment. Kano, P's and Hughes is getting, I've overplayed that this week. Funky Friday by Dave, I've overplayed that the last couple of months. But they're kind of, I like happy music. I don't like to be too dark, because it's kind of, emotion to me is a big thing in fights, and being emotionless is another big thing. But I like to be happy, you know what I mean, and remind myself that I'm going out there doing something I love rather than, oh, I'd like to go fight, like, you know what I mean, like you're walking out to a gala or something. Like, no point in that.
Well, no, and fighting is one of those weird things where it's fight or flight, and you're putting your body in extremely stressful situations. So controlling as much as you can going in, it's a difficult sport. But the people who are calm in fights, like yourself, those are weirder people than the people who are panicked before fights. You know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, like a psychopath is a little bit different when he's not smiling or doing that. He's just being normal.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, what is your attitude going into a fight? How do you handle nerves?
Fuck, bro, I handle them the same way as everyone. I just keep them bottled up. I sleep in the back, like, so I just go to sleep, wake up like maybe a half an hour, 20 minutes beforehand, and then just start me warm up, maybe 40 minutes or something, do a little bit of stretching, and then me and James just do like 15-20 minutes warm up, and then we're out. Like, the less is better. Like, I just see, like, and I used to be, and I say this coming from, like, if anyone that knew me beforehand, obviously, like, I was trying to be like, nah, I've seen you warm up for like 3 hours before. You have to learn from your mistakes, like, and sometimes you can overdo it in the back, and you've got so much nerves that you have to control them because you want to keep them, you want to use them, like, you want to keep that energy, because I think it was John Jones who was talking about running away from that and being afraid from it. You won't use it, but it's a secret energy. Like, adrenaline is a great drug. It's amazing. It's the reason that mothers are able to rip burning car doors off of, you know, burning cars, whatever. No, so I said that horrible, but off rip cars off burning doors. Like, so it's just like, if you can harness it, not harness it, but like use it and kind of go with it, and just, I don't know, what will be, like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, I'm gonna die in there. Oh, whoa, I haven't thought about that. Like, you know what I mean? That's an honourable death. I get the Valhalla for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think about it too much. You know, what will be. As long as I have fun, I really don't see people touching me. Like, it's the same as any other day in the gym. And I think I said this after the last fight, and I got a bit of guff off it. It was like, because obviously I've lost fights, but like, I've only lost technically one fight. You know, I've been knocked out by Else, bad stoppage with Sadiq, and then I've been illegally soccer kicked. That should have been disqualification win. So like, I've had more bad dice rolls than anything with this. But for me, it's like, I'm looking at it going, I said, like, I've never met anyone on a mat that's given me my day. As in, people that have trained, I've been all over the world training. I went to Alliance Dominic Cruz's team sparred the welterweights and the lightweights, sparred 3 UFC guys and slapped fuck out of them, like, you know what I mean? And to the point where they were, like, the coaches were annoyed, like, screaming in at me, like, go Diaz on them, go Diaz on them. And it was just like, how did that go? How did that last week go? Like, you know what I mean? It was a fun time. Like, I had Ashlyn Daly there with me. She was watching from the side. So, like, as in that, like, I have a lot of confidence because I've trained with the best of my whole life right now. Like, Mark Ewan is my main training partner and he's fighting on Bellator this weekend. Like, he's stud. Watch out for him. Watch out for him. Mac 10, we call him. And he has a Mac 10 in both hands.
Fucking loaded. We are ready to go, man. All right. So now, you know, for where you're at in your career, there are going to be people who are looking up to you. For people who are maybe just, hey, it's happening. It is absolutely happening. What advice would you pass on to these people who are maybe starting out in the sport?
I wouldn't. I'm a scumbag. Don't try and be like me at all. I'm an absolute scumbag. I'm a terrible human. I'm a terrible person. I'm good to my people, and that's it. I wouldn't recommend fighting to anybody. I wouldn't recommend any young fella or anybody trying to be a fighter. Go to college, go get a trade even. Go get a trade. To be honest, go be a Sparks. It's forever work. Yeah, don't do this. But if this is your passion, kill or follow it. But it's gonna be hard work, and I don't think a lot of people have it in them nowadays. Like, and it's kind of on that road of all the new fighters now, just fight cans and jobbies and try and build up their record to get to this stage, and then they end up getting sparked out, and they're like, oh, so how did not challenging yourself go? Oh, it went well. So I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. People do say to me, oh, do you see our little sisters doing this and that? And I'm like, do I fuck? Like, I'm like, no, mate, never, ever. Bit of jiu-jitsu maybe, like, you know what I'm saying? I think you're born a fighter. You know what I mean? Or else you're born something and you're kind of molded into whatever way you've lived your life and stuff. And you can see the people who are trying to force it as a career. And they're not comfortable in it. You can tell they're just like, you're like, you don't like this. You're faking to like it. Like, you know what I mean? You want to like it. You want to really like it, but you don't, like, you know what I mean? You're like that young fella at a party drinking, and you're like the only person that doesn't actually like to drink, but you're afraid to say it. So you're going to drink it and make yourself sick. You know what I mean? Just like, you didn't want to admit it. Like, so, I don't know. I just wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I'm not on that buzz of recommending it to anyone.
I interviewed a fighter yesterday, and he's also getting his PhD at the same time. And I was like, bro, if you can get your PhD, fucking go do that. Don't do this other career fighting on the side. Just get your PhD, dude.
I just don't see the point. And like, you have your life set. You know, you have your life set. You have an income that's forever there. No injuries, no. Like, because the highs are great. I think that's what people get so caught up on. The highs are amazing. The highs of this. Like, after that fight in the PFL Berlin, my high was unbelievable. But I've learned to control my high and be like, it doesn't exist. It's like, the people are fake. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I mellow it and I get onto myself, and I'm just like, oh, well, fuck it, back to normal tomorrow. But the lows are the worst things in the world. You can't shake the lows. Like, I've been in bed suicidal, planning out shit, just being like, oh, this is it. This is, you know what I mean? The world is crumbling. Can everyone see the world crumbling? Like, pointing up at the sky, telling nothing's happening. Ah, look, something's shaking. Like, it's just, the lows are so bad. So I do always just be like to people and most people try and shy away from the low. They don't want to experience it. And then when they do experience it, it's scarce in life. I was one of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I say everything from an experience, not from me being an opinionated dick, just as me going, no, like, I'm only 27, but I'm doing this since I'm 19. I'm a professional. So I'm a professional 8 years. I've seen loads of different careers and how they haven't worked and why they haven't worked in front of me. Like, you know what I mean? Of some of me friends, some of me not friends, some of me associates. So it's just kind of like, it almost feels unjust to not pass on stuff. And kind of then as well to be a lawyer and be like, oh no, it's the best career I've had. Like, there's never any, oh, it's perfect, it's amazing. It's not, like, you know what I mean? It's good when you're in it because you tell yourself it is, but like, you're sore all the time. It's just, I don't know, just a simple boy.
No, I know it's a highest highs and lowest lows, and like, it's a tough career. You have to love fighting. Like, this can't be just like, if you were an athlete and you could do another athletic thing, or if you're an intelligent enough person, go do that. But like, honestly, you have to love fighting.
If I was good enough to do football, do you not think I'd be doing football over fighting?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I get, oh no, I sit on the bench and get 100 grand this week. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't understand it. Even boxing, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. Boxing itself has a little bit more cash in it, but at the lower level, it doesn't. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think PFL are doing great. PFL are doing great things if they can kind of stay around for 10 years. And like that is the big thing. Like, you know, I don't give a fuck. I'll say what I want. Like, you know what I'm saying? The UFC have controlled the market and controlled the monopoly board for years. Like, so it's like if and it's because people come and then they go. People come and then they go because like fun and money into it. But it genuinely looks like PFL have loads of fucking cash. Like, you know what I mean? And then I'm sitting here going, why the fuck am I on 5-5? So I think they can genuinely, they could stay around, and like they're already kind of prompting more fighters to go to them. So it'll be interesting to see in 10 years where they are, and if there was like two big multi corporations, especially if they buy Bellator now. So I don't know. The future is definitely bright, but I don't think it's like everyone is like in 5 years or in 2 years. I think it's still another 10 years. Like, you know, even maybe till we're all in a fucking union and we can't get, I don't know, roasted by managers or roasted by fight organisations or anything like that. And I mean across the whole board, as in like a country in general, not just the big shows. Like. So, yeah, I gave her a slice.
Now's a good time to be in the PFL. Like if you were in Bellator right now, or even one to an extent, you'd be like, man, I wish I was in the PFL. It's kind of it's a great time. It's really good timing for the PFL, right?
I've been telling everyone to go to the PFL. You know what I mean? I've been like, I think our best bet is to go there. Because like the UFC don't give a fuck about it. Like I know, I was in talks with Sean Shelby before during my KSW contracts, and then this and the other. I just had to get my record up, and I was just sitting there looking up. Oh, and then I have to go in there and sell my soul and be a little fucking poster boy, fucking wannabe. Like, and I don't fit the script. You know what I'm saying? I don't fit the script. And I was like, and then I seen all the money that I go, like in 3 fights, yeah, like in 3 fights I make 122k. That's life changing. You know what I mean? In 3 fights in the UFC, I've only gone up to 14 and 14. And then, don't get me wrong, like 122k sounds like a lot of money. Like it's not that much money. Convert it over into pound, tax me. But I'm walking away with a lot of money that someone that is an average Joe that goes out and works 9 to 5 would struggle for, would die for, or would work. They do work so hard for. So we can only be grateful that I get to fight 3 times. I technically get to do 45 minutes of work if it caps off at that. And I get to, you know what I mean, basically change my whole life and my whole family's life. So I don't know, like it's just, you don't really get that anywhere else, and it's good. It's nice to see PFL doing it, like, and I hope they can continue to do it with quite little fighters like me, like, so like, look, I don't even have any teeth, you know what I mean? So it's a big deal.
And I'm pumped for it. That is absolutely awesome. All right, let me get to this readout, and then we'll do a quick wrap up. Sir, you are fighting at PFL Europe 3 against the unbeaten Polish fighter Jakub Kaszuba.
He's not Polish. He's American.
Tell me everything.
He's not Polish. He's American.
Wait, tell me everything. Go on.
No, he's Polish. He's Polish. He's not Polish. Sorry, he's American. Like he lives in America. He trains in America. He's American, like with Polish blood. He's American. Like his flag on his fight thing is American. He's Yank. Like he's Yank. He's not Polish. You know.
I genuinely didn't know. I didn't know.
Blood. No, he's not Polish. He's a Yank. Like he's American. He's from Jacksonville.
No way. No way. Wait, I'm gonna Google it now.
No, he's from Jacksonville, Florida.
Let's check.
Go on to his Tapology record. His flag is American.
No, it's a Polish flag. Hang on, maybe we'll check his.
Go on to his Tapology.
Yeah, fighting out of Jacksonville, born in somewhere in Poland. Yeah, it looks like he grew up in the U.S. Yeah, you're right. He probably grew up, born in Poland, raised in the U.S. Yeah,
that's a traitor.
All right, and you are fighting on September the 30th. Sir, last word goes to you. Talk us on out of here. Thank who you need to thank. Shout out who you need to shout out. All that good stuff.
Shout out to Higher Level, as always, my team. Shout out to Detron. Bless this young boy from a very young age with sponsorship, and have continued to support me to today. Thank you to everyone who supports me. I'll do everyone justice come September 30th, and I can't wait to see you all in Dublin.
Hey, best of luck at the match, and I appreciate your time, sir.
Thanks, bro. Anytime.